filming a van tour today. This is by no means to be a professional van tour. We are filming this for the purposes of showing you guys the storage inside the van and where the systems are located and how the bed works and all of that good stuff, since we're locked inside shelter in place during the coronavirus. Come on in, I'll give you a tour. We can start with overhead storage. All of the cabinetry in the van is woodworked with Baltic birch plywood, so it's super sturdy and moisture resistant. But we've got a whole row of these overhead cabinets all the way from front to the back of the van. And we've got these little push button lock doohickeys. So when you're driving, the cabinets will stay locked and your things won't fly out. Inside this one is where our solar controller is.
The battery monitor.
And the battery monitor. Otherwise, they're all identical. We keep all of our kitchen supplies down here near the kitchen. We've cleaned out all of our personal effects for you today. So you'll have to use your imagination. We've got the Max fan, air fan. I believe it's 18 speed?
I think 13.
13 speed. It's really nice. It circulates air inside the van. On a hot day, it's like having a really strong breeze, and air outside the van. So if you're cooking inside with the doors and the windows closed, it'll suck all that steam out of the van. At the front of the van, we've got this really cool headliner shelf from RB Components. It is a great way to utilize that space for storage for things that you want to keep out of the way. We keep our insulated window covers up here. They're always up here, and we usually keep our pillows and just extra things that we want to grab real quick on our way out the door. We've got a triple system LED lighting system. So this controller here works the main house lights all running from the front to the back of the van on a dimmer system. We've got a single zone here sconce that's for reading and ambient dining. And then we've got the third system over here is for the kitchen, also on the LED dimmer switch, with these two lights up here over the kitchen. We also have a series of outlets placed throughout the van. We've got this one here right next to the kitchen, so it's convenient if you're carrying a coffee pot or a blender or a hair dryer. I would never do that. We have another one down here. I used it all the time to plug my laptop in. And then down here, if you guys can see on the other side of the van, on the other side of the bed, just behind the driver's seat, we've got an LED, not an LED, USB plug-in for your cell phones, 12 volt for your cell phone. And next to it, a cigarette lighter charger. Down here behind the passenger seat, we've installed a cell phone booster from WeBoost. It's, from what I understand, one of the most powerful connectors on the market, used by ambulances, etc. But it's intended to take a super weak cell phone service. If you're parked in the middle of nowhere, it'll take 1 bar of cell service and turn it into 4 or 5. So this main storage in the van is over here in this big wardrobe unit. On the bottom section, it's really flexible. You could use any of these storage units for anything that you wanted. I'll just go along and tell you what we use as we go. In the bottom, we have like a little shoe cubby and a laundry compartment. These are our toiletry drawers, one for me, one for him, and a junk drawer. If you want to take a look at the way that these are finished out, we can do some close-ups later. Up here, just a little storage cubby. Moving on to my favorite part of the van is our closet. When you're living on the road, you don't necessarily want to look like you're living on the road. So it was really important to us to have some hanging space for clothes. Up top we kept hats, scarves, gloves, all kinds of stuff. And these are our dresser drawers. We have one for each of the two of us living in the room. They're a really nice size. And then another double-decker shoe cubby in the bottom.
Hanging storage?
Yeah, hanging storage. We talked about that. Now in the very back of the van, this is our last piece of the wardrobe unit. We call it our garage. Somebody in the future may call it their bathroom. But this is where we kept all of our gear. Frisbees, propane, backpacks, all kinds of stuff. And we've got this nice nifty bungee storage, so you can tuck anything you need to behind them as you're driving and things don't move around. That's really nice. We've got a little tool drawer with a built-in kind of lock situation here to stay organized. We have a little bungee system where we sort of strap down our fishing poles and stuff like that sort of live upright. At the very bottom, we have a brand new toilet. As you can see, it's still in the box. A toilet was not ever something that we needed. It wasn't really something that we ever wanted, but we did buy one for you because some people that we've been talking to have been wanting one. So it's in there, it's brand new, totally unused cassette toilet, which we hear is their way to go if you're gonna have a toilet in your van. And then the last thing up in this cubby is just this little storage shelf that we have up here. We kept our towels and stuff like that. And then at the very back, I love this. My husband, Matt, our designer, built us a little trash can to go with the styling of the wardrobe cabinetry. And we keep our broom back here so we can quickly sweep out anytime we need to. And I guess that brings us to the kitchen. To start, we've got an outlet at the bottom so that you can plug in any blenders or devices that you might need to be using. It's also vented down there for the refrigerator, and then this is the button for our water pump. We do have running water in the van. In terms of cabinetry, the kitchen has plenty of storage. They also have the push button locks so nothing flies out while you're driving. They're all different sizes, so you can keep whatever you need to in here. This is our silverware drawer. And then under here is the little cubby where you can kind of see the inner workings of where our stove lives, and a little shelf for cutting board or pan or something like that. Under the sink is basically the guts of our kitchen. We've got a 5-gallon or 6-gallon? 6-gallon gray water storage tank. SureFlow water pump. We've got a filtration system. Down here where this doohickey is where our little propane bottle lives that feeds up to the stove. And then our refrigerator is an isotherm 3 cubic foot refrigerator combination freezer box up here. This is a marine grade fridge. It's really nice. We absolutely love it. We've stocked it for probably 2 weeks at a time. Just fine, tons of storage. And then under the refrigerator is the last piece of storage in the kitchen, where we keep our pots and pans. Up top, we have a quartzite countertop, a Rivati sink that's extra deep, so you can wash your dishes like humans. And then a dual burner propane Summit Series stove. The window is rad. It's awesome for optimizing views while you're cooking, and it also slides open so that you can let any steam, etc. fly out the window while you're cooking. Okay, now we're gonna, Matt's gonna take you around the side and we're gonna show you how the bed works. Y'all ready for bed? So you just gotta take this cushion, pop it off, and over the passenger seat. There's additional storage under here. This is where we keep all of our bedding. It's super deep, nice and convenient. There's basically 2 steps to putting the bed together. The first one is just to pull this panel forward. Nice and easy. And then you bring all of these cushions forward all the way. And then you just drop these 2 back. Squish them in, nice and tight. We have custom made sheets specifically for this mattress, so when you put them on, all of these cushions kind of glue together nice and snug, and we fight over who gets to sleep in the crack. So this is it's actually a memory foam mattress, not just sofa cushions. We got them on Amazon, and on the bottom layer, it's 4 inches of high density foam with 2 inches of memory foam on top, so it's super cozy. We actually like sleeping in this bed better than we do our bed at home. So in the morning, assuming that you want to make your bed, you just do those steps in reverse. Stack these back cushions on top of each other, slide them all back together like that, and then you push this panel in. And then the last step is to replace that remaining cushion, and you're all set to go. I guess that brings us to our dining system, our table system. We have the Lagoon table mount system here. It's very cool. It's just a flat panel, and we store our tabletop over here. This is technically a temporary tabletop that we built for a trip last year. You could attach Lagoon's mounting system, which is this, to just about any flat surface that you wanted to create a pretty tabletop. This has worked for us. It was my home office for a while. So we have made do. And I'll show you how it works. I confess I'm not typically the person in our van that puts our table together, so bear with me. This is our leg. Just set this here. Take it this way.
That's upside down.
Great. Teamwork. So you just slide it onto this mounting plate here, and then you use this little lever to tighten it in place, like that. And then you get your tabletop, like so. And it just has this little hole in the very bottom of that leg situation, and it just sits right on top. It's supposed to sit right on top. Yeah, there we go. So I haven't tightened it, but it's a modular system, so you can slide the table this way, you can slide it this way to get it out of the way, you could turn it all the way over here, and leave it up forever and ever if you wanted to.
Why don't you sit down and eat at it?
Oh, I could sit down and eat at it. It's a little tall for me to sit down and eat at right now, but alright. Okay, so underneath the sofa bed is basically where the guts of the entire van are. All you have to do is the same front panel that you pulled forward to make your bed. You just lift that up, like so. And under here we have a 22-gallon freshwater storage tank, a 3,000 watt inverter. You can't see it, but underneath the inverter is a 240 amp hour AGM battery, which is rad. And then over here, you can see all of our wiring and our fuse boxes, etc. And then on the opposite side, tons of extra storage. So we use this for things that we didn't have to access all the time, like seasonal gear, heavy coats, stuff like that. I think that concludes the tour of the inside of our van. We're going to show you guys a couple of features on the outside of the van, starting with this custom vent window on the slider. I won't get out just yet, but it vents at the bottom quarter panel, which when you turn on your fan up in the ceiling and open the window in the kitchen, it creates a super nice breeze, but it still keeps things private in here. So I think all of you know, but we can go over it again. The van is a 144-inch wheelbase, so it's the shorter model of the two first winter vans with a high roof. We've got the all-terrain tires on it, which were aftermarket buys. They're awesome. Originally, we thought we might want a four-wheel drive van, and these have made it possible so that we do not need a four-wheel drive van. Thank you guys for joining us for our van tour. We tried to cover most of what we think you want to know and the questions that some of you have been asking. We will include more detail in our Craigslist post and in the body of this YouTube video. And as always, feel free to reach out with any questions. We're happy to answer them for you.